I welcome you all for class number 6. So previous class we have discussed the nature of infinite series expansions, and there are some infinite series expansions which were of the form summation a n x power n. So now in this class we are going to consider a separate kind of infinite series which is of the form summation a n x minus x naught whole power n and is called as power series. That involves terms of this form, power of some variable x power n. So it is called a power series. The definition says an infinite series expansion of the form summation a n x minus x naught whole power n may be from 1 to infinity or 0 to infinity, is called a power series centered at z naught. Is called a power series centered at z naught. Okay. For our discussion, see, as I said, we have already considered some problems of this kind, summation a n x power n. So we are going to fix ourselves or restrict ourselves to this series expansion of this form. How? By letting x naught to be 0. We consider power series centered at 0 only. That is, we take x naught equal to 0 always. Then what happens? Then the infinite series or infinite power series takes this form, summation a n x power n. So that is the first point you have to keep in mind. We are not going to consider a power series which is centered at a non-zero number. So we are fixing ourselves to 0, x naught to 0. Second important point, how the nature of the power series is. See, if you consider this as a real plane R ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, collection of all real numbers, so real plane, then there will be only three possibilities. So any power series either, so first possibility, converges for all x, second is either it will be convergent for all x, second will be converges only at x equal to 0. It diverges for all non-zero values of x, but converges only at x equal to 0. See, infinite series expansion, that is of the form summation a n x power n, if you take x to be 0, then each term is multiplied by 0. So definitely it should converge to 0. So any power series, you can take any power series that is convergent for 0, for x equal to 0. So either it will be a convergent for all x, or it will be convergent only for x equal to 0. Third possibility, converges in a small region. There will be a small region, usually that will be a circle. There will be a small region in a R plane, in a real plane, so that the series converges within this circle and diverges outside this circle. Here it is divergent, but within the circle it is convergent. So these are the three possibilities for any power series. Either it will be convergent for all x, for all values of x, or it converges only for x equal to 0, or it converges in a small region. So these are the three possibilities. Point 3. Okay, here point 3. Given any infinite series, I think I have to mention it. So here infinite series means power series. So every time I may forget to say power series. Infinite series means power series for this particular chapter. For any power series summation an x power n, you can associate a number r. You can associate a number r. How? That is with the help of this formula. R inverse equal to limit an plus 1 divided by an as n tends to infinity. You can recall ratio test, or you can use, depending on the given infinite series, R inverse equal to limit as n through n tends to infinity nth root of an. Usually modulus of an, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇರೋ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ an is enough. So given any infinite series summation an x power n, we can associate a real number r that is given by r inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity 1 by an plus an plus 1 by an, or r inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity nth root of an. If you want, you can write this as r equal to 1 divided by limit of that number, and also here r equal to 1 divided by limit of that number. Okay. So what we need to do with this real number? Yes, for finding this real number, we have here the point 0. Draw a circle centered. It is not necessary to draw a circle, just you have to imagine a circle that is centered at 0, because we have considered only power series centered at 0, and having radius r, centered at 0 and having radius r. Yes, it is 0 and the radius is this number r. Okay, now what happens for this power series is the series converges for all values of x lying within this circle. Then draw a circle C centered at 0 and having radius r. Then series converges within C, within the circle C, and diverges outside C. So if you take the value, any value x that is within that circle, here x lies within this circle, then for that x the given power series is convergent. If x lies outside, for this x the series or the given power series divergent. What happens if x lies on the boundary? No result if x lies on boundary. So if x lies on boundary, then series may converge or may diverge. We cannot exactly say the behavior of the infinite series. So this circle is called circle of convergence. Circle of convergence. For what? For that given power series. So for this particular power series, this will be a circle of convergence. And this r, the number r, this is called radius of convergence. Radius of convergence. So that is called a circle of convergence, and the radius of that circle is called radius of convergence. So So these are the two parameters that are associated with the given infinite series, I mean a given power series. And the particular values or particular cases about this radius of convergence, that I will take as note 4. Note 4. If in case you get r equal to infinity, then what it means? The series converges for all values of x that lies within a circle of radius infinity. So the meaning of that is series converges for all values of x. Series converges for all values of x. If you get r to be infinity, then the series converges for all values of x. If you get r equal to 0, then the meaning of that is series converges only for x equal to 0, or you can say that series diverges for all x not equal to 0. So this you have to keep in mind. Now with this we shall move on to find the radius of convergence of given infinite series. So next, problems section. Problems. Find the radius of convergence of the followings. That is the problem heading. Usually power series problems, they are not lengthy. You may get 2 problems for 6 marks or 7 marks or 9 marks depending on your scheme. So you need to practice all the problems, and these problems are easily solvable, no doubt. The only thing is you need to apply the ratio test or root test depending on the nature of the given power series. If this involves terms like xn square or x power n cube, just like that, then apply root test. If just involves x power n, then go for ratio test. So ratio test or root test you have to choose depending on the given infinite series, and you get pair of problems in examination, as one problem may be of maximum 5 marks. Cannot expect one single question. So you get one single question, that means, but it will have 2 power series. So first one, A, you have to find the radius of convergence. So first problem is x power n by n factorial, n range from 1 to infinity. Solution. So looking into this, you can guess that ratio test is better. Given the power series summation x power n by n factorial, so you can write this as 1 by n factorial into x power n. Now you can compare this with summation a n x power n. So here, or if you want, you can directly write, not necessary to write all these terms and comparison, so that is not necessary. Here a n equal to 1 by n factorial. So obviously a n plus 1 is 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Now a n plus 1 divided by a n is n factorial divided by n plus 1 factorial. So which can be written as n factorial divided by n plus 1 into n factorial. Okay, n factorial get cancel, you get 1 by n plus 1. Now R inverse, I am writing the formula. R inverse is equal to limit as n tends to infinity a n plus 1 divided by a n. So this is the formula for R inverse. So that implies R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity 1 divided by n plus 1, right? So as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0, so this will be 0. So R inverse 0, R inverse 0 implies R equal to infinity. Hence the series converges, hence the series converges for all x. So the series converges for all values of x. Next, problem B. So this second infinite series is summation and then from 1 to infinity 1 plus 1 by n whole power n square into x power n. So here you got n square, right? So you have to apply ratio, not a ratio test, root test. Okay, solution. I'll directly write an here. So here an equal to 1 plus 1 by n, 1 plus 1 by n power n square. Now taking nth root, of an, that will be 1 plus 1 by n whole power n, right? Nth root in the sense whole power 1 by n. Okay, let us explain this. So nth root of an means an power 1 by n. So that will be 1 plus 1 by n whole power n square whole power 1 by n. So this n cancels this, so we remain with 1 plus 1 by n whole power n. Now R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity, R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity nth root of a, which implies R inverse is equal to limit as n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n whole power n. And this is one of the standard limit that we have listed in the, I think, very first class. So the value of this is e. Thus R inverse equal to e implies R equal to e inverse or 1 by e. Hence the series converges. Within a circle of radius, 1 by e. That's about problem B. Next, problem C. Summation n ranging from 1 to infinity n factorial square divided by 2n factorial into x power n. So this is the next power series we need to solve. Solution. See, you can check that for this one again ratio test is better. Here an equal to n factorial square divided by 2n factorial. 2n factorial is not equal to 2 into n factorial. Don't confuse with that. 2n factorial is not at all equal to 2 times of n factorial. Okay. Now an plus 1 from this. An plus 1 will be n plus 1 factorial square divided by 2n plus 2 factorial. Actually here you have to replace n by n plus 1. So 2 times of n plus 1. That I have written as 2n plus 2. Now an plus 1 divided by an will be equal to n plus 1 factorial whole square. See, that we can write as n plus 1 whole square into n factorial whole square. N plus 1 factorial whole square can be written as this, divided by, this is very important one, 2n plus 2 factorial will be 2n plus 2 into 2n plus 1 into 2n factorial times 1 by an, you have to multiply. So 2n factorial divided by n factorial whole square. Now n factorial whole square get cancelled. 2n factorial get cancelled. Okay. Now R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity an plus 1 divided by an implies R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity n plus 1 whole square divided by 2n plus 2 into 2n plus 1. See, I will take n square outside here. 1 plus 1 by n whole square divided by 1 plus 1 by n whole square divided by, we are taking n outside here and here, it will be n square times 2 plus 2 by n into 2 plus 1 by n. So n square get cancelled, and as n tends to infinity, this goes to 0, this goes to 0, this also goes to 0. So you get R inverse equal to 1 by 2 into 2, 4. You get R inverse equal to 4, or R equal to 4. Oh, sorry, R inverse equal to 1 by 4, so R equal to 4. Hence the series converges within a circle of radius 4. Next problem D. Summation n ranging from 1 to infinity n plus 1 divided by n plus 2 into n plus 3 times x power n. Solution. Here obviously an is n plus 1 by n plus 2 into n plus 3, and we need to apply ratio test. Here an equal to n plus 1 divided by n plus 2 into n plus 3, and an plus 1, I have to replace n by n plus 1, it will be n plus 2 divided by n plus 3 into n plus 4. Thus an plus 1 divided by an equal to, an plus 1 is n plus 2 divided by n plus 3 into n plus 4 into an. So 1 by an I need to multiply here. 1 by an will be n plus 2 into n plus 3 divided by n plus 1. Right. So n plus 3 get cancelled, and you remain with n plus 2. Okay, that implies an by an plus, an plus 1 by an equal to n plus 2 into n plus 2. So n plus 2 whole square it is, times n plus 1 into n plus 4, n plus 1 into n plus 4. Now A, okay, R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity n plus 2 whole square. Okay, write the formula first. An plus 1 divided by An, that implies R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity, limit as n tends to infinity, n square take outside, n square times 1 plus 2 by n whole square divided by n square times 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 4 by n, right? So as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. So this all get cancelled, you get finally 1. So R equal to 1. Hence the series converges, within a unit circle. Unit circle means circle having radius 1. So this completes solution of problem D. Next, problem E. Problem E, summation n ranging from 1 to infinity log n whole power n into x power n. Solution. So this is easier one, you can easily do this. Here an equal to log n whole power n. So I have to take nth root. So that implies nth root of an equal to log n. Now R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity, nth root of an, which implies R inverse equal to limit as n tends to infinity, log n. So log is an increasing function. As n tends to infinity, log n also tends to infinity. So this will be infinite. So that implies R equal to 0. Hence the series converges. Only when x equal to 0, or only for x equal to 0. You can take any means. So we have solved 5 problems here. I would like to list a few more problems for exercise F. So try to solve this one. Summation n ranging from 1 to infinity x power n divided by 2 power n plus 1. So here an will be 1 by 2 power n plus 1, an plus 1 will be 1 by 2 power n plus 1 plus 1. So take 2 power n outside in both that and cancel, you get the answer. And G, okay, let us take one more problem. Summation, and for this I think we will get 2, R equal to 2. For this one, okay, statement, right? X power n plus 1 divided by 2n plus 1 factorial. So I had to take n itself to be 1 by 2n plus 1. I mean an to be 1 by 2n plus 1, and as usual apply the formula. Don't confuse with here n plus 1. As I said already, removing or adding finitely many terms don't change the nature of the infinite series. So just have to proceed with an to be 1 by 2n plus 1 factorial. And you may get R to be infinite. Okay, try to solve this one. And there is one more, H. summation n range from 1 to infinity 4 power n into x power n. So for this I hope you get r to be 1 by 4. Finally, summation n range from 1 to infinity log n whole power n into x power n divided by n power n. So this is one of the ಇರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿ an is log n divided by n whole power n. So nth root of an will be obviously log n by n. As n tends to infinity, this moves towards infinity and this also moves towards infinity. Okay, both numerator and denominator moves towards infinity, but this moves faster than this one. N approaches infinity very faster compared to log n. So this term will tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. That term will tends to 0 as n tends to infinity because denominator approaches infinity first. So it will be just like some constant divided by infinity, some non-infinite constant divided by infinity. So it will be 0. So you get r inverse 0. So r will be infinity. So try to solve these problems. With this the infinite series unit is over. So from the next class we have to discuss about vector space. Okay, let us start with vector space from the next class. With this we shall wind up discussion on infinite series. Thank you all.